All right, folks, welcome back to Red River College here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Nicholas Bueno with Theo Tucked-Kaluk riding shotgun, as always. I say that like we've done this before, which we haven't, but that's okay.
Game 2, man. Game 2.
Yeah, Game 2. We've done this literally once before. Please rise for O Canada. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Starting lineups for both teams coming up. Pilots starting.
A 5'10" guard in his first year from Grace Academy. Number 4, Brian Smith. A 6'1" small forward in his fourth year from Oklahoma. Number 6, Jordan Lawson.
Starting lineup for the Providence Pilots. Number 4, Brian Smith. 6, Jordan Lawson, who leads the entire NIAC in scoring. Number 8, Daniel Camartin, hometown kid from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Glenn Pronto from Thompson, and Waden Dewick from Carmen round out the starting 5 for the Pilots. A big lineup, not overwhelming size, but long is one of the things that pops out at you on the page. Brian Smith, 5'10", Lawson, 6'1", Kilmartin, 6'3", Pronto, 6'3", and Dewick, 6'4".
6-foot guard in his third year from Kildonan East. Number 1, Seth McKenzie.
CMU Blazers now starting lineups being announced for them.
His second year from Shaftesbury. Number 4, Kieran Baydock. A 6'4" forward in his first year from River East. Number 6, Isaiah Cole. A 6-foot guard in his second year from Daniel Mack. Number 7, Ben Nguyen. And a 5'8" guard in his first year from Kelvin. Number 10, Calvin Abraham Mendez.
The starting lineup for the CMU Blazers going a little smaller than the Pilots. Seth McKenzie, Kieran Baydock, Isaiah Cole, Ben Nguyen, and Calvin Abraham Mendez line up for the Blazers. Baydock and McKenzie in the backcourt as the veterans in the lineup. Ben Nguyen also in his second year, but Abraham Mendez and Isaiah Cole both in their first year. Isaiah Cole, awesome this year in his rookie season, 23.7 points per game. And countering that on the Pilots, their leading scorer was Jordan Lawson at 26 per game. They both led the conference. Providence slotted in as the 7th seed in the NIAC, so they get the 2nd seed in the MCAC. And the Blazers ranked 8th in the NIAC, therefore they're coming up as the 3rd. Pilots looking to get back to the final. Blazers looking to make the final for the first time, or not the first time. After a gap year last year, they're looking to get back there. They went in 2017 and 2018. The last time they won the title, Theo, was when yours truly was coming off the bench, goggles and all, for head coach Billy Isaac when the CMU Blazers upset the Red River Rebels. Red River was looking for their 9th straight title that year.
Well, we're going to see a good balance because, like you said, each squad looks fairly similar in size.
Kilmartin floats it in.
I don't see a towering 6'10" player anywhere. So we're looking for some shooting, we're looking for some penetration, and at the same time, ball control for both teams.
Jordan Lawson brings it up into the front court. Lawson having an incredible year. And, you know, watching him over the years, he's somebody who has terrific footwork, great hands. He's got soft touch around the rim. Coming all the way from Oklahoma, Providence Pilots, always with those out-of-town connections. Turnover there as Waden Dewick traveled 6'4" from Carmen Collegiate.
Oklahoma's kind of far.
A little bit, yeah. It's not quite Thompson. I mean, actually, it's farther than, what am I saying?
It's way farther than Thompson.
Yeah, just by a bit. Isaiah Cole, hook shot, no good. First-year head coach for the Blazers is Scott Martin. He used to coach the Sisler Spartans in the Winnipeg High School Basketball League. Waden Dewick now in the post touch, backing down, pitches out. Jordan Lawson, three-pointer. Bang! Jordan Lawson's on the board for his first basket of the game.
I think that ball went 25 feet in the air and 21-point-something feet to the net. Hell of a rainbow.
Cole now facing up on Lawson. Blows by him. Layup's good. Isaiah Cole, 6'4", out of River East Collegiate, strong, athletic. He's a guy who, you know, might have been slept on by CIS teams coming out of high school. 2-3 zone by the Blazers forces a bad miss from Bryant Smith. Smith also an import. He comes from Miami, Florida.
Not Miami, Manitoba?
Nope, Miami FL. Smith to the rim, shot no good. Kilmartin on the glass, battling down low. That one will go. Smith up on the glass. McKenzie has it knocked away, and McKenzie's upset. He felt like...
Thought there was a reach in there perhaps, but or a little bit of a bump.
I'm a bit disappointed. It seemed like McKenzie seemed to die on that play. As soon as he got touched, he put his hands up before the refs blew their whistle. Smith down low to Dewick. Dewick, powerful move, shot won't go. Rebounded now out to Lawson, three-pointer on its way, no good. Brian Smith on the glass. Again, Brian Smith can't get the layup to go, and again he can't get it to go. That one also misses. Brian Smith 0 of 5 to start this game. All these gimmies rimming out close by the rim. Lawson behind his back past Abraham Mendez. Shot won't go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. It's knocked away. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He wanted a foul call. He's not going to get it.
Providence is just getting that little extra touch on the ball before CMU can, but CMU's touching the ball before it goes out of play. So the last 50 seconds has been attack the rim, just haven't been able to put it through the rim for the Pilots.
Pronto, pump fake, pitches Bryant Smith. Back to Pronto, he's got a launch. And he'll make it! Glenn Pronto from the outside.
2 quick three-pointers for the Pilots. 8-2 so far.
Abraham Mendez uses a double screen from Baydock and Cole. Now gets it to Cole on the mismatch. Smith on him. Cole bowls him over. They want an offensive foul. They're not going to get it. Instead, they get the steal. Lawson into the front court. Pass now to Kilmartin. Layup shot no good, but he's fouled, and Ben Nguyen doesn't like it.
Got fouled as he was going up on the arm. So he'll get 2 from the stripe. You mentioned Cole, River East player, 6'4", potentially could have been a CISU sports player. He's strong. He moves fast with direct drive to the net. And that was just a play where it was 6'4" versus 5'6" on that previous drive. So could have been a charge potentially, but hey, the refs thought otherwise. We'll get a second shot here from the free throw line.
And I'm not sure if many people know this, but Daniel Kilmartin, perhaps a revenge game. He redshirted for the CMU Blazers in 2017 for a bit before he tore his ACL in the summer of 2017. He was originally supposed to be a Blazer. When I was playing with the Blazers, he came on in January to start practicing with us. He was just taking 2 courses, so he was ineligible. But he wanted to play with us, and then in the summertime when he was supposed to go back to CMU for the 17-18 season, he tore his ACL and had to rehab. This is his first season back. Seth McKenzie, three-pointer won't go. Brian Smith with a rebound. Smith now to the front court. Steal by Abraham Mendez. Seth McKenzie. Layup's good.
Think we'll get any two-handers, slammer jammers this game?
I wouldn't bet on it. Kilmartin, lazy pass, stolen by Ben Nguyen. Abraham Mendez, corner triple off the mark, won't go. McKenzie, wide open 3 on the wing, you bet.
McKenzie making it a 1-point game off that rebound, a deep rebound back to the 3-point line. Both teams.
Blazers 2-3 zone. Lawson now has it. Cole defending him. Lawson, pump fakes. Going nowhere. Glenn Pronto just pulls Seth McKenzie out of the way and lays it in. Wow. Strong move by Pronto.
Nice finish right as the buzzer was going on that 24 shot clock.
Cole now to Nguyen. Nguyen has it knocked away by Kilmartin. And they thought he went back over, but the ref's saying it's a tip. Seth McKenzie, corner three-pointer on its way. Shot no good off back iron. Rebound by Pronto. Smith now has it. You know, I'm always so impressed when guys from Miami and Oklahoma know where Otterburn is. Smith, turnover. Cole now ahead to McKenzie. Layup's good.
McKenzie puts up 2. Pilots lead by 1.
I think when you find players from Oklahoma and Miami, it has to be more of the education and the academics as well as the athletics that is offered to a player like that. So congratulations to those players and the programs for finding.
Kilmartin, nice roll to the rim. Layup. Lawson off the steal, driving. Takes contact, shot won't go. Soft rims here at Red River. Ben Nguyen, transition 3, no good. Baydock with a rebound. Tried to find Cole, turned it over. Lawson, triple on his way. Shot won't go. McKenzie with the rebound, but it's stolen by Kilmartin. Pronto to Smith. Smith, step back 3. And Providence loves to launch triples. We've only had one go down, but they're not afraid at all. Abraham Mendez swings. McKenzie, pump fake, jab step. Got Pronto on his toes there a little bit. Nguyen will launch a three-pointer. That's way off. Scott Martin's not too happy about that. Nguyen will check out. Zach Van Wellingham, first-year guard from Sanford Collegiate in LaSalle, will take his place.
Now, when you played, Nick, were you a guard, forward, center?
I was too tall to be a guard, but too slow to be a guard and too small to be a forward, really. So I played an awkward 2-3.
See where this cut.
Isaiah Cole there with a block. I love to chuck three-pointers, though. That's what I did. I chucked three-pointers. Layup by Kieran Baydock.
Great strong move, leading with the left shoulder, laying it in with the right. Well done. 12-11 is our score. Very close game, Nick, here.
Yeah,
Watching
absolutely.
a lot of carry balls is the reason why I was asking that question earlier. Maybe just lazy dribbling.
Wade and Duick, shot no good. Baydock on the rebound, and Kilmartin's going to get hit with a foul. He reached across. Got a little too handsy for the ref's liking.
Violence foul. Number 8, Daniel Kilmartin. Timeout Blazers.
We're going to have our first timeout. CMU wants to talk.
Providence has put up an incredible amount of shots more than CMU. I think I want to say that my count is 17-11.
Wow.
So
the Pilots have been very aggressive, going for steals on the rebounds.
Aggressive, yes, but at the same time, they've controlled the inside of the paint more as well. CMU has relied on the long ball, the three-point ball. They've been successful so far, but we're not seeing any drive unless it's like a layup drive or if it's one going to the hole sort of thing. So let's see if that continues through here for the remainder of the first quarter into the second. I like the way both teams are playing. I like the drive. I like the intensity. And I see both teams came ready right out of the gates.
And to CMU's credit, they've been very aggressive on defense. Great quarter for them defensively. Closing out, getting hands up. They've been awesome. CMU will start with possession here. Checking in for the Pilots is number 5, Josh Armstrong. And Lucas Mack, 6'4" center, will check in as well. And, I'm really just and a big push-off there from Kieran Baydock.
Offensive foul.
He doesn't like that call at all. I'm just very glad that these finals are not being played at Providence College.
No.
For the safety of the players' knees. That gym floor is not very forgiving. Brian Smith, sweet dish. Down low to Lucas Mack. And he's whacked on the arm. He'll get an opportunity for a three-point play.
That is a strong frame coming right through Main Street. Luke Longley-esque, if I could say so myself. He's got the short hair.
Yeah.
The pale skin. I don't know if he's from Australia. Is Luke Longley from Australia?
Luke Long is from Australia.
Lucas, I don't think so.
Lucas is definitely. I don't think he's from Australia. He's from the Pass, Manitoba. Baydock now driving on Lawson. Great steal from Brian Smith. Smith over to Wade and Duick. Layup's good and one. He gets high-fived there by Zach Van Wellingham trying to challenge. And Scott Martin's saying, yeah, we need to see Ben Nguyen back as Van Wellingham will check back out.
Just not the same effort really on the floor from either of those players. So they have to bring in the original 5 for CMU. And a strong drive by Duick. I mean, he's finding his rhythm now at the end of this first quarter.
Shot won't go to the free throw line. Lucas Mack on the offensive glass. Puts it up, won't go. Wade and Duick, rebound good. And the Pilots dominating the offensive glass. Baydock down low to Isaiah Cole. Jumper won't go. Armstrong with a rebound. Brian Smith trying to navigate that 2-3 zone from the Blazers. Threw it right off Mack's shoulder. Blazers get the steal. Nguyen driving baseline. Oh, and he botched the layup. Gets it back. He's fouled. But no, they're saying he traveled.
He hop-skipped before he jumped.
Or he did all
1,
three.
2, 3, and then up. So
Blake Gehring checks in for the Pilots. Brian Smith looking out.
Providence has stepped up their offense here, taking an 8-point lead in the last 3 minutes of the game. First quarter, sorry, not the game, first quarter.
Gehring, runner, won't go. Mack on the offensive glass. Lost it, picked it back up. Picked up by the Blazers. Foul on Mack. The Blazer ball.
Number 15, Lucas Mack. Daniel Kilmartin returns.
Kilmartin checks back into the game. He checks in for Wade and Duick. Duick's first breather of the first quarter. McKenzie now with it. Kilmartin, tight closeout. McKenzie drives by. Layup's good. Sweet move by Seth McKenzie. And Kilmartin can't give up middle as easily as he did there.
No, you're absolutely right. He found that seam right through the middle of the key and just drove with the right shoulder, got it up with the left, got up with the right, drove with the left, got it up with the right.
Gehring to Kilmartin to Mack. Mack backing down McKenzie. Sweet little dream shake, but got a little too cute and lost it.
Oh, got away with a push there, did Lucas Mack.
Turns it over.
He got pushed right as the players were leaving the zone, and it wasn't called and pushed the player out of bounds there, so it's going to be Pilots' ball at the end line here.
Lawson shot no good. Kilmartin. And right now, those Pilots are glass eaters.
Yeah, glass eaters towers off of the
Feasting
glass.
on the Blazers' short roster. Abraham Mendez gets bumped on his way to the hoop, and they're going to give him 2 shots.
Number 15, Lucas Mack, his second.
And Mack wasn't set up just quite enough, and he bumped into the CMU player, so we'll get 2 from the free throw line here.
First free throw bounces off back iron and out. Second free throw's good. Gehring now to Armstrong. Lawson. Gehring drives. Looking in the corner for Lawson, won't find him. Martin now has it up top. Looking for the handoff. Lawson, 5 on the shot clock. Step back three-pointer on its way. Shot off the mark. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Providence Pilots lead the CMU Blazers 21-14. Providence trying to get a rematch at last year's final, hoping to get another crack at Red River. CMU looking to get back to the final for the first time since 2018.
Absolutely. I mean, you looked at the Providence lineup there over the last 5 minutes, and they went to the big boys behind the glass, or under the glass, starting with Lucas Mack and Lawson. So they were able to get some really good attention, the rebounds, if you will, all taken care of. So after one quarter, we have a 7-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most obvious thing that jumps out of the page of you is the aggression of the Pilots on defense. They're hounding the Blazers, maybe even a little too much because Camarda got beat there middle on one of the drives by McKenzie. But on the offensive glass, they're so hungry, they're so aggressive, they're long, they're big. If the Blazers want to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to either remedy that or counter it with something else. They're going to have a barrage of three-pointers because I don't think their roster is built to bang down low with these Pilots.
You mentioned a very good point of banging down low, but for CMU, if you get those big boys off their feet by a quick fake shot or a pump fake, go around them. Then opens up a lane for you. So we're not seeing that done by CMU. It's basically a simple game they're trying to play. Maybe it's too simple. The bottom line is they got to switch it up because right now it isn't working.
Absolutely, yeah. And the Blazers, I think it just comes down to not boxing out. They have a smaller roster, but if you dig in, if you box out, if you work hard, you will see results. And right now they're stuck 7. They're struggling to find shots. They're a little flippant with the ball. That's what happens.
We'll see what game plan transpires here in the next 10 before half.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Ball to start the second quarter.
Jordan Lawson with it. Blazers still in the zone. Mack turns it over. Great possession by the Blazers. Baydock attacking the cup. Shot almost got blocked. Lifting it anyway.
Oh, it's good to see Baydock back on the floor. He was taken out there early in the first, so good drive, initial drive in the second quarter.
Gehring, great find for Lucas Mack. Bodies his way in. Mendez, tough shot at the rim, won't go. Lawson now bringing it into the front court. Pull-up jumper from the foul line won't go. Almost got his own rebound, taps it out of bounds, and it will be Blazers ball.
You mentioned no one and loss at the beginning of the game. They've been very quiet, both players. Just a couple of points each.
Bin Nguyen attacking. Absolutely denied from behind by Lucas Mack. And the Pilots kind of hoped that one wasn't a jump ball. They would have had possession and numbers in transition. Instead, the Blazers get it back. And it'll be 12 seconds on the shot clock for CMU. Lawson has it stripped. Lays it up, but they're going to call a jump ball.
Blazers in the hand on another jump ball.
That was Lawson's first drive of the game to the net. Just unsuccessful, but he's now realizing he has to get to the basket more so, or else he can't rely on that three-point rainbow ball.
It'll be Pilots ball on the inbounds. Blake Gehring to trigger, but the referees are having a conversation here. They're talking about whether or not it's going to be Pilots ball or Blazers ball. It'll stay with the Pilots. And they've discussed the shot clock, actually, it appears. It'll be 18. Long pitch to Lawson. Jumper won't go. He struggled with a shot today. He came out, hit his first three-pointer, but since then it's been nothing. And Lawson denies Bin Nguyen. I thought maybe I heard a slap.
I heard something. I heard a slap on the ball. There could have been a slap on the arm too. Bin Nguyen just has to, if he's got the lane, he's got to drive. He can't wait for Lawson to catch up to him because Lawson was just itching on that rebound.
Daring drags his pivot foot there.
I mean, if you have an open lane, a breakaway like that, you got to go strong. You have to get a foul that's not the basket. You can't come up empty on a possession like that.
Absolutely. You know, Bin Nguyen, he struggled finishing around the rim today. That's something we know he can shoot the three. We know that he's got gravity on the perimeter. But his real value on this team is how well can you attack closeouts? Because if you can do that, if you can finish at the rim, if you can hit mid-range jumpers, then that's value right there. But if you can't do that, then you're going to struggle to score points. Bin Nguyen there on the offensive glass. Digging in. Drive and kick. Seth McKenzie wing triple. Rims out. Isaiah Cole on the rebound. Mendez. Corner triple won't go. Bryant Smith. Skies for the rebound there. Now to Josh Armstrong. Down low for Wade and Duick. Gets denied by Kieran Baydock.
Now Duick should have pumped once, waited for both players to fly by.
Well, he did. He just wasn't as patient. He should have waited just that extra half second. Jordan Lawson, pump fake, sweet move. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And Scott Martin is livid on the Blazers bench.
No, I'm pretty sure he thought it was going to be a travel before a foul there, but Lawson was able to get the ball up before he hit the dirt, so they'll take two from the free throw line. Still a 7-point lead for the Pilots.
8-point lead.
Now 8.
We're hearing some heckling from the CMU fan base.
They're loving those little horns. Sounds like duck horns.
Second free throw's good. Mendez up top. McKenzie goes for the three. Bang, bang. Seth McKenzie, awesome decision there. Daniel Kilmartin, not so great. Made a bad gamble for the steal. Seth McKenzie makes him pay. Bang, 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 right back. Josh Armstrong from downtown. Seth McKenzie pump fake, hands off. Mendez getting into the lane. Runner's good. Armstrong now to Duick. Duick didn't even look at the basket there. Jordan Lawson, jumper. Tough shot from the mid-range. That's not going to help his shooting percentage. Blazers now getting out in transition. Seth McKenzie triple on its way. Kaboom! And he wanted it and won. Three-pointer is good. Seth McKenzie is third of the night.
He gave the official a little look there, too, looking for a foul. So, nonetheless, he's got the hot hand from three-point land.
Kilmartin now looking for Duick. Wade and Duick. Soft touch around the rim. Mendez, sweet move to get into the lane. Shot won't go. Josh Armstrong now speeding into the front court. Putting the moves on McKenzie. Pitches out. Jordan Lawson, three-pointer. Can this get him going? Shot no good. Rebound from the Pilots. Pitch out again. Lawson, not afraid to shoot. Not afraid to make. Jordan Lawson trying to shoot his way out of this slump. Pilots open up a 9-point lead with just under 6 minutes left in this one, in this half. 33-24 for Providence.
Yeah, Providence decided to allow Lawson some open shots from the three-point land. If you don't take the shot, you're going to miss 100% of them if you don't take them.
And he has been cold today. You know, give credit where credit's due. He's been extremely cold today, but he's shooting his way out of this nightmare that he's put himself in. You know, will it be effective? We'll see. He's hit 2 shots total today. But, man, that one's a big one. Put him up 9. The big momentum boost as well.
It was absolutely neat. We haven't seen from the CMU side Isaiah Cole doing what he needs to get done. Like, it's almost like he's becoming stale over the last 10 minutes, just not wanting to drive or just not having the drive there. They need to get him active, just like the Pilots have done for Lawson.
Absolutely. We haven't, you know, other than Seth McKenzie, who's hit some big shots, we haven't necessarily seen anybody step up and, you know, make big plays for the Blazers. Seth McKenzie's been good. He's been shooting well from the outside. But if Seth McKenzie's three-point shot isn't going, you know, it's a lot tougher for him to get his offense going because the Pilots have length. They can contain him with their length. They're athletic. They got a lot of fluid athletes. So the Blazers are going to need somebody else to step up to help Seth McKenzie out here. Nice little set here. Baydock in the high post. They're trying to post up Isaiah Cole. Tough shot won't go. Good challenge from Kilmartin. Cole's got to be just a little more patient down there. Bryant Smith now into the front court. Good pass down low to Kilmartin, and he just forces that in there to Wade and do it. Isaiah Cole, long strides. Layup good.
Yeah, that was a smooth drive on the right side. Maybe that'll get him going, like you said. It's what CMU needs.
Down low now to Wade and Dewick. Dewick, Smith, straightaway triple. Kaboom! Brian Smith hits his first triple. Mendez handoff to McKenzie. Now to Cole. Cole driving. Sweet first step. Glides and hits. Starting to get going now for the Blazers. This is big for them if Isaiah Cole can get his offense to start going. Armstrong triple. Shot won't go. Mendez with the rebound. Mendez driving ahead. In traffic. Tough. Shot won't go. He's upset he doesn't get the call. Smith now in transition for the Pilots. Full steam ahead. Layup's good. Absorbs contact against Baydock. Kisses it off glass and it gets a friendly roll.
He had a bit of a larger frame there to use it to his advantage. Rolled it up with the right, high off the glass. Very well done.
Baydock slips. He flips it up and in. Brian Smith, straightaway triple. Won't go. Baydock stripped by Brian Smith. Layup no good. Kilmartin, put back. And Cole was looking for the big chase down there. Didn't get it, but great effort to run back in transition. Pilots' largest lead of the night. Baydock driving, has it stripped by Smith. Nice find behind his back. Daniel Kilmartin.
They've actually increased their lead with Lawson on the bench going to a run and gun style, and it's proved well for the Pilots in the last 4 minutes.
Corner triple off the mark. Blazers struggling to find their offense. Rebound by Wade and Dewick. Bryant Smith now into the front court, drives past Mendez. And Kilmartin couldn't corral the pass, but it went off Baydock's head. So it'll stay with the Pilots. And right now I think something that's glaring for the Blazers is the lack of defensive effort. A lot of, I'm going to reach around you and pretend this is good defense because I swiped at the ball. My biggest pet peeve, watching people do that and, passing that off as good defense.
The feet need to move.
Absolutely.
You need to move the feet. You need to move the body. You need to establish your position.
Another blow-by right there as Armstrong can't flip it up and in, but he got right to the hoop. Baydock, fadeaway jumper. That's a top shot. 3 seconds into the shot clock, fadeaway over two guys.
Take your time.
It's not a great look. Armstrong now down low to Pronto, just bullying his way against two smaller defenders. Putback won't go. Just a little more patience there. It would have been all right. Mendez now into the front court. Armstrong staying with him, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Armstrong. I'm with Armstrong there. I didn't think it was a foul.
No, he kept his feet moving. He might have been a little bit more forceful with the upper body pushing in.
Just a little handsy.
Just a touch. Just a touch.
A little bit. Mendez, nice pass to McKenzie. Led him perfectly there. McKenzie drive. Stops on a dime. Jumper. Seth McKenzie, great shot there. Got separation. That's something that I didn't know that he had in his arsenal, and that's awesome to see.
Stops on a dime. Used to love the phrase from NBA Jam. Is it the shoes? Yes.
Pronto pitch. Three-pointer in the corner won't go, but Pronto on the rebound. Josh Armstrong straightaway triple. Shot won't go, and he was wide open there. That's one he would have liked to have back. Isaiah Cole speeding into the front court. Seth McKenzie, corner three-pointer. Bang! Seth McKenzie's got it going on now. 14 for McKenzie as the Pilots call for timeout. 1:37 left in the half. 42-35. CMU making a push. And hey, they're starting to look a little more aggressive.
Isaiah Cole's driving. And when Cole drives, they collapse on the key. And when they collapse on the key, that leaves somebody open.
Absolutely. And again, Cole's one of those athletes that he doesn't even necessarily need to be making shots to get attention from the defense. He's long, powerful, athletic. When he puts that ball on the deck, gets into the key, defenders are going to come because he can extend, he can finish around the rim. I don't care if he's 0 for 10. You don't want him getting a layup one-on-one with a guy who's likely smaller and less athletic than him. And that opens up the court for shooters like Seth McKenzie. However, we saw Cardinal Sin on that last play. You never help one pass away from the ball. Turn around, move to the driver, Seth that he can lick his finger and check the wind. He's so wide open.
And you mentioned, like you said, what does that mean, one pass away from the ball? If you're doing that, then you're obviously getting that assist right for that offensive team. And moreover, it's an open shot or a more open shot and more successful shot for McKenzie because he's put 14 up in the first half.
If Gehring wants to help out on that possession, you have to stunt. Stunt into the key, make Cole think you're helping, and you can recover much quicker when the ball gets kicked out. Maybe you can even get a steal. Instead, we got a 7-point game. Triple on its way from Pronto. Shot won't go. Pilots starting to force offense a little bit. Gehring got the steal. Lawson throws it ahead for Gehring. Gehring takes contact. Shot won't go. Great board by Kieran Baydock. CMU is asking for an over and back. They're not going to get it, but they will get the foul, which is just as good, I think.
No, I agree. I didn't see the over and back there. I saw a little bit of a handsy play on Baydock, but nonetheless, they're going to take possession here on their side of half.
Lucas Mack back into the game.
Big man from up north.
The paw represents. Mendez handoff to Baydock. Cole, jab step, three-pointer. Shot won't go. And he's got to continue to be aggressive. He's Carmelo Anthony, jab step, three-pointers. Lawson can't hang with him step for step. You got to get into that key, make things happen. Lawson getting into the key, pitch out, Gehring, pump fake, drive, gets right into the lane. Floater won't go. Mack bats it up, and McKenzie comes down with it for the Blazers. Slips, keeps his balance.
That was very smooth.
Mendez, Cole driving, sweet move, and gets right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Isaiah Cole is so explosive. He's so long. Even if somebody keeps up with him, he can get right to the rim.
You're absolutely right. He's got that opportunity.
Jordan Lawson, three-pointer. But the Pilots back up 8. 16 seconds left in this one. CMU's going to hold for one. Scott Martin signaling to his team for one. Mendez is going to hold on for one here. Crossover. Gets by Gehring into the paint. Whacked. They'll go to the line for two.
Mendez draws the foul. Charge number 2, Blake Gehring.
In that scenario, Nick, would you let them have the lane, taking the chance on the two?
Well, Lucas, he was late. Lucas Mack was late on that rotation. He has to be farther over in the key. He was sunken into the short corner. If he steps over, just one step over, it's not as far for him to get over. Get a hand. Maybe make Mendez think twice about going up. And if the presence is there, the finish isn't as easy. Now, the clock stops. You get an opportunity to cut into the lead. And your challenge becomes a foul because you're sprinting over out of control. Lawson into the front court. 5 seconds left. Josh Armstrong, triple. Shot won't go. Brian Smith. Putback won't count. Providence Pilots lead 45-39.
trying to get back to the final to challenge the Red River Rebels on Saturday. We'll be right back with an interview with CMU Athletics Director Russell Wilms. Six-point game here at halftime. I'm standing with CMU Athletics Director Russell Wilms. Russ, not even like there's the little picture of today's game and this weekend, but big picture, CMU's had a lot of competitive teams in basketball over the past years. How encouraging is that as the athletic director?
Well, I'm certainly not disappointed. Yeah, we're doing a great job. We have a first-year men's coach this year, Scott Martin, who comes to our program from Sisler High School, where he's been really successful. So it's a little bit of a building year for him. A lot of first-year players relying on some veterans to play big minutes right now, and rookies. But they're kind of hanging in there. And yeah, certainly for the women's program, we have a bit of a legend there from the high school ranks as well, from TechVoc, Joe DiCurzio, who's been at our school for, I believe, going on 8 years would be next year. And he's really running a pretty tight ship there with the women's program, and actually signed some really strong recruits again in the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, the women's program's definitely a bit of a powerhouse, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you guys are 6 points down at halftime. It was a great push there. They're trying to get back to their first finals since 2018, obviously the upset win in 2017. Do you think that Coach Martin and the guys have what it takes to, you know, make the push here and make the upset on Saturday?
Well, I've watched a lot of games this year with our men's program, and I think that there's a couple things they really need to do is activate Isaiah Cole a little bit more off of the penetration, which they're starting to do a little bit at the end of the second quarter. Kelvin needs to find the three ball. Kelvin's a really strong shooter, and he really is kind of like gets the emotion of a game and can kind of take over. But it's awesome to see like the versatility of Kieran Baydock playing like the 4 today, and just the consistency of Seth's game, Seth McKenzie. And yeah, I think that it'll be neat to see like maybe with some of the guys off the bench can come on and maybe make a little bit of an impact. Pacific Jubilate is injured today, and he's probably available to play Saturday, so we really hope we can get there.
Absolutely. And again, like you said, Isaiah driving, even if he's not making layups, opens up the court for everybody else, frees up Seth McKenzie for threes. You alluded to this earlier, the powerhouse nature of the women's program. They're going for a three-peat. CMU Blazers women's team. Like, how does that feel looking at that opportunity on Saturday?
Well, it's actually been an incredibly competitive schedule, and the results of the season have been like all teams tied at 12-2 in NIAC rankings, and it came to like our team having to win both games last weekend in order to clinch the tiebreak between Red River and Prov. And so I think we have a pretty strong team right now. We've had a little bit of injuries, and everybody's healthy and everybody's together. And but you can't downplay this rivalry between Jay, the Red River coach, and Joe DiCurzio, as they've kind of like met so many times in the final, and they know each other and their coaching style so well. And the players, like a lot of we're familiar a lot with like Red River, though it's often like a 2-year program. A lot of the programs at their school, there's women that have played on that program for 4 and 5 years, and so yeah, the rivalry is massive, and the game should be amazing. Yeah.
Awesome, Russell. Thank you so much. Thanks.
third quarter action here at Red River College in Winnipeg, Manitoba. CMU Blazers stuck 6, looking to get back to the final for the first time since 2018. It seems a bit ridiculous saying that. It's just a year. You know, after their sabbatical from the final, they didn't feel like winning as much. They had the upset win over Red River in 2017. 2018, they lost to Red River in Providence. And right now they are nursing a 6-point deficit against the Providence Pilots.
Pilots take possession.
Pilots remain with possession here. Bryant Smith, the trigger man. Inbounds to Wade and Dewick. Short corner, Jay.
Wade and Dewick for 2.
CMU has to play a stronger defense up front, and they have to get the ball in to Isaiah's hands.
Mendez driving, pitches now. Baydock, foul line jumper, and that's usually money. That looks like he fired a gun at the backboard. That one is hard off rim. Pronto back to Smith. Smith now over to Lawson. And they got to swing that ball a little quicker. Pronto attacking the closeout. Great play down low to Kilmartin. Awesome decision by Glenn Pronto. Catch off the back. You know, quick go off the catch. That's it. That's what I meant to say. Perfect.
I got
drive
you.
off the catch. Gets into the teeth of the defense. Finds Kilmartin. Cole, three-pointer on the wing. Off the mark. Ben Nguyen with an offensive rebound. Baydock over to Mendez. Triple on its way. That's good. And he's got to let it fly a little bit more.
That was from the corner of the green court.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but that's not a 3-point shot. That's a 5-point shot.
That's a bootleg volleyball court. Jordan Lawson.
There you go.
Getting to the court. I call the side courts bootleg because they're not real courts. Everybody knows that.
That was from like deep woods.
Yeah. Jordan Lawson with a steal. Will we see her two-hand banger? No, we got a layup, which is just as fun, I think. I was never an airborne player. I was always a below-the-rim kind of guy.
I rarely got air. I usually gave players air, but I rarely gave them air.
The only air I ever got was if I flopped, really.
There we go.
Mendez, triple on the wing. Shot won't go. That would have been a great bit of momentum for CMU if he hit that same one. Lawson ahead of traffic to Smith. Smith with the jab step, gets into the key. Pitches Pronto, another three-pointer, looking for a second in a row. Will not fall. Kilmartin on the rebound. And there's a foul against Isaiah Cole. Daniel Kilmartin working the offensive glass.
The Pilots have 4 players, all with roughly the same age. Same size, sorry. We've got Lawson.
A timeout called
Dewick,
by
Kilmartin.
the Blazers. The Pilots bench erupts.
Yeah. And rightfully so. They're up 9. I mean, they've taken control of the first 2.5 minutes here, and they've led the play in every way, shape, or form with possession, with offense, with defense. They're clicking on all fronts. CMU just hasn't found the rhythm all game, really. They've been sticking it. They've been going on slight runs with McKenzie. Cole's found a couple of drives to the hoop. But outside of that, it hasn't been consistent play for the team in green.
Yeah, they look lethargic, sluggish coming out of the half. Lazy on the zone, kind of just passing the ball back and forth to each other. Not really looking around with purpose. Their heads aren't on. Slow is the word I describe the Blazers. Not sharp at all, dull. And they got to find a spark soon because the Pilots are riding a lot of momentum right now. And they could blow the brakes off this thing in 3 possessions if they need to.
Yeah, that timeout is basically to say to your team, okay, we can either let this one go or we can start fighting back and make this a close game again to make it a game in the 4th. Like that's the way I look at it for the coach. I mean, you're down 9. You keep playing the way you're going to do. You're going to be down 15 by the end of the quarter.
Wade and Dewick post up. Shot blocked by Baydock. Great defensive possession from the Blazers coming out of the timeout. Baydock now into the front court. Hands off to Mendez. Calling for the screen from Baydock. Pitch is now Cole, wing triple on its way. Good. Isaiah Cole lighting it up from deep. Brian Smith, Glenn Pronto. looking for the skip, and he found the scorer's table.
Yep.
Turnover will be Blazers' ball.
It's a good thing they were paying attention.
Yeah.
How many times you've seen a ball taken off the noggin there?
That ball wasn't going too fast.
Nonetheless.
Big of a deal.
That would have made it all the worthwhile if they weren't paying attention.
Mendez over to Nguyen. Corner three. Long, won't go. Kilmartin. Now Bryant Smith. Smith penetrating the defense. Jordan Lawson, corner triple on the kick out. Bang! Jordan Lawson, three-pointer. Extends that lead back to double digits. Cole now to Baydock, and it looks like he traveled, but he gets the pitch to Seth McKenzie, who can't drill the triple. Isaiah Cole, soft touch on the rebound.
Isaiah Cole's playing with a little bit more emotion now. He's trying to get his team lifted up because he knows that it's all on the line right now in the next 6:08.
Brian Smith, tough shot, forced a floater there. And an over the back foul against Daniel Kilmartin. McKenzie with some choice words for the ref. I don't think the ref liked him clapping in Daniel Kilmartin's face. McKenzie doesn't seem too enthused with that suggestion.
I don't think that's quite sportsmanlike. What do you think?
It's a part of the game. It's not my style, but it's a part of the game. Just let that go. Nguyen to Cole. Mendez. Cole drives. Tough mid-range jumper, won't go. Kilmartin, nice box out to track his man and grab the rebound. Bryant Smith has stripped on the drive. Pitch, Seth McKenzie, corner three. Can he get this one to go? Air ball, rare for Seth McKenzie. Lawson, Armstrong, Lawson, layup, good. Double-digit lead again for the Pilots. And Mendez was close to drawing a charge.
Very good transition for the Pilots there. I mean, they knew they had the 2-on-1, found Lawson on the open swing, and great work done.
Cole, face-up game at the high post, layup good. And we need much more of that from Isaiah Cole if the Blazers have any hope of pulling this out. Smith, Armstrong, Waden Duick. Bryant Smith down low to Kilmartin, wide open. Jordan Lawson was wide open on the perimeter. They saw him waving his arms, and that kind of took some attention away from Kilmartin sneaking in the dunker spot.
Absolutely. Kilmartin was wide open. He could have taken a shower under the...
And an illegal screen set by Isaiah Cole. Scott Martin is very upset at the lack of detail of coming off the screen.
Like we said, coming into that timeout, we needed them to play with more direction, the Blazers. We just haven't seen it here since they've come out of that timeout. It still hasn't been consistent basketball.
Lawson attacks, pull up Jimmy from the mid-range, won't go off glass. Kilmartin kicks out, Bryant Smith, three-pointer! Gets the shooter's roll! The biggest lead of the night for the Pilots. 4:20 left in the third. Corner three ball from Seth McKenzie to answer, won't go. He's gone cold so far in the second half. No threes yet. Pass ahead for Josh Armstrong. Saves it. Pilots maintain possession. Jordan Lawson three-pointer. Shot won't go. Rebound from Ben Nguyen. Baydock screaming for the pass ahead. He's not going to get it. Mendez now over to Cole. Cole has it stripped by Bryant Smith. And a foul called against the Pilots guard. And he quickly wipes the look of disbelief off his face. Because the foul's being called against Isaiah Cole. They're saying he fouled him on the steal. And if that's a foul against Isaiah Cole, correct me if I'm wrong here, Theo, that's a clear path foul.
Yeah?
If that's a foul against Isaiah Cole, which I don't think it is, that's a clear path.
You're absolutely right. Once the ball is, unless the ball wasn't stolen with possession.
Jordan Lawson
steps out of bounds there.
Tried to rip and go on the three. I think he got a little too excited. Touched his foot to the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, but going back to that clear path foul, it's such a judgmental call. Like, discretion has to be taken into account, of course, but, I mean, I don't think possession was really there for the Pilots, so...
All I'm saying is I don't think that's a foul against Isaiah Cole. If anything, that's a no call. Just let him go for the layup. Let the play go on. That's a no call. The fact they called a foul against Cole, I think they blew the whistle because they thought it was a foul against the Pilots and then corrected it quickly. Sweet dime to Waden Duick, but he couldn't finish. Bin Nguyen drops the rebound, and he thought he was pushed.
14 in the shot clock for the Pilots. Timeout CMU.
Timeout called by CMU. Providence with a lot of momentum. Their fans up on their feet.
Absolutely, like I said, there just hasn't been consistent play. Just miscommunication at the end line there. Who's got the ball? And it's cost them yet another possession, another trip down to the offensive net. And what can you say about the Pilots? I mean, they've taken control throughout the entire quarter. They now have a 14-point lead. And pretty much, I mean, for the next part of this third going into the fourth, they can drive the direction of this game. And they could run with it, they can score with it, they can hold the clock. It's totally up to them on how well they want to see this game finish out.
Absolutely. And the Blazers right now, their offense has gone ice cold. Isaiah Cole's not attacking the rim. And you know what? To be fair to him, it's tough to attack the rim in the zone when the Blazers' ball movement is as stagnant as it is. That ball's not moving around at all. There's no quick passes. There's not any passes with any purpose. So it's difficult to attack closeouts. It's difficult to attack on the catch. It's difficult to attack the rim against the zone when the zone's been sitting there for 10 seconds because they haven't had to move.
Instead of just drawing one offensive play with that coach, you need to draw up an entire setup for the third quarter here to finish out strong.
Jumper from Lawson is good. Fadeaway jumper. Mendez. And the Blazers are in danger of letting this thing get blown off the rails here. High post down low to Baydock and a hook call. Offensive foul against Kieran Baydock. Blazers need to stop the bleeding somehow. This game is slipping away from them and fast.
Absolutely. That was a great hook. Great call, though. It was well seen. Little too well done, though.
Smith to Lawson. Lawson drives, pitches out, finds Smith, wasn't intended. Armstrong getting past Cole, looking for Kilmartin, finds Kilmartin, layup good. Soft hands on the inside from Daniel Kilmartin. McKenzie, three-pointer on the wing, trying to get some momentum back. Shot won't go. 0 of 3 so far in this second half. Armstrong, sweet find down low to Dewick. Misses the layup. Kilmartin on the offensive glass. And the lead is 20. It's ballooned here in the third quarter.
We're seeing
the body language on the Blazers is not great right now.
Body language is not good for the Blazers. The body language and the size of the Pilots is proving the difference here in the third quarter. They've got
Seth
four
McKenzie.
bodies.
Corner three is good.
McKenzie needed that three ball.
Brian Smith, no look to Daniel Kilmartin. Double teamed. Pitch out to Jordan Lawson. Fadeaway corner three-pointer. Shot won't go. Kilmartin on the offensive rebound. Brian Smith drives. One dribble mid-range jumper. Hard off glass. Isaiah Cole is fouled on the offensive rebound.
Pilots foul. It's charged to number 11, William Dewick. Blake Garrett returns.
Blake Gehring checks back in for Providence. Baydock over to McKenzie. Back to McKenzie. McKenzie drives. Pitches out to Baydock. And Baydock shuffles his feet. He travels. Again, another unforced error, mental break. Call it what you want, Theo.
This
That's
is just
tough.
not the consistent play you expect from the Blazers. And
Skip pass to Armstrong, three-pointer. Bang! Josh Armstrong! Hot shooting tonight from downtown. Seth McKenzie, cross skip pass to Nguyen. Nguyen drives. Tough shot at the rim. Great acrobatics from Ben Nguyen to get the layup. Lawson on the wing now. Skip pass to Armstrong. Spin move. Now to Dewick.
Hook shot in the lane, and the Blazers are just bleeding points right now. Haven't gone too deep into their bench. Haven't gone to their bench once at all this half, I don't think. And a foul against Gehring.
Violence foul number 2 with Gehring.
And you can't do that. Chant breaks out from the CMU faithful, and I admire the spirit. However, when you're down 20, it loses its punch.
It's just one of those concepts where everything has gone right and clicked well for the Pilots in the third quarter. And the Blazers just haven't been able to keep pace. And it's nothing against their game. It's just the Pilots are just having that much more success on every front. And they're just getting more luck.
You know, I'll counter you on that. I think CMU's body language has been poor. It's been horrific, absolutely. As soon as any adversities hit, they haven't responded well, physically or mentally. Corner triple from Mendez won't go. Way to do it with a rebound stolen by Ben Nguyen. They'll be able to hold for a final shot here. Seth McKenzie now to Nguyen, and the Pilots aggressively doubling here. Leads to a wide open three that won't go. Jordan Lawson, 12 seconds left. Here comes the Pilots' leading scorer. Now over to Josh Armstrong. Armstrong thought about it. Now he's going to put it up, and he's going to put it in. Josh Armstrong, three-pointer to end the third quarter. Providence Pilots 77, CMU Blazers 54 at the end of the third. Theo, unless we see a huge turnaround in this fourth quarter, it looks like we got a rematch from last year between the Pilots and the Rebels.
It looks like it's going to happen that way, absolutely. And the thing you got to ask yourself, Nick, is how did that third quarter get away from a team that was very well matched up with the Pilots, and they didn't answer the bell? Like you said, their body language wasn't there, but body language is only going to show up if it's going to be positive answers.
Yeah.
They have no positive answers all third quarter. Everything they tried to do got stymied by the Pilot offense, by the Pilot defense. The four big bodies and Smith playing the point, no answer whatsoever.
Yeah, well, here's the one stat from that quarter that sticks out. 32-15. If you lose any quarter in basketball by double figures, much less 17 points, especially when you were down at the half, oh, you're dead in the water. I will stick a fork in the Blazers. I think they're done.
You think they're done?
I think they're done for.
I'm not going to be the optimist. I'm not going to be the pessimist. We're just going to have to call the next 10 minutes and see what happens, eh, Nick?
Sounds good. We'll go back to the court.
Blazers ball to start the fourth quarter.
Blazers with the inbound, and when you're facing a deficit like this, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, good things take time. I'll pull out all the cliches, but the reality is you might have to abide by them. Don't try to get it all in one go. It's score, stop, and on a micro level, it's don't lose track of your man. Have good positioning. Where's the ball? Crash the rebound. Crash the boards. Get rebounds. Find good shots. Finish with good touch. Hit your jumpers.
And for the Pilots, it's all about using that shot clock to your advantage. Knowing you have a tremendous lead here, don't forget that you can control the ball upwards of 20 to 24 seconds every single possession.
Seth McKenzie three-pointer gets the Blazers started off well in the fourth here. Still a 20-point lead for the Pilots. Kilmartin in the short corner. Skip pass to Lawson. That's a three, Jordan Lawson. He's been cooking here in the second half. And that's a big shot to get him going in the fourth quarter. Shot swatted away by Kilmartin. And Kilmartin smacks it off his shoulder. I'm with the Pilots on this one.
18 on the shot clock for CMU.
I think it went off of Mendez. But it's going to be CMU ball. Mendez the trigger man. Seth McKenzie with it now. Back to Mendez. Corner three-pointer on its way. That's good. Alvin Abraham Mendez. Three-pointer is good. So we got three triples to start in the fourth quarter. I, for one, am a huge fan of the three-point revolution. I want to see him fly. Jordan Lawson gives in to my request and hits the three-pointer. Jordan Lawson, back-to-back threes to start the fourth.
for the Pilots' leading scorer, Baydock. Turnaround jumper. That's a tough shot. But nobody's there to rebound for Providence. CMU misses on the putback.
We're seeing each team live and die by the three-pointer in the fourth here. So far, the Pilots are still maintaining that 23-point lead.
Poor pass from Armstrong and a bad reach-in foul.
Pilots foul, number 2, Blake Garrett. Lucas Mack returns for Providence, alongside Brian Smith.
Three-pointer from McKenzie. Lazy defense from Lawson. Great awareness by Baydock to keep his head up, but he misses the three. Smith now to Lawson. Lawson drives, double teamed, now to Smith. An advantage for the Pilots, but great hand from the Blazers to get in the passing lanes and get the steal. That's not a call you want there if you're the Blazers.
No, I understand that it's far away from your defensive basket, but I mean, good tenacity on the defensive side.
Yeah, you
it's going to be good. But yeah, you don't do that foul though.
90 feet from the hoop, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of far.
You let him have it, and you go back and you play defense. Baydock to McKenzie, back to Baydock. Mendez, ball swinging around a little bit better here now. Cole has a pass knocked away, but it stays with the Blazers. Cole, Mendez, three-pointer on its way, won't go. And a foul on Lucas Mack. It's on the floor.
Lucas Mack called for the push.
Blazers aren't too happy with that call.
In both games we've done, have we had a player in foul trouble?
Mack's fourth.
I don't think so. This is his fourth. This is Lucas Mack's fourth, though.
And he's played the least amount of minutes on the Pilots.
Glenn Pronto.
Glenn Pronto coming back in. Oh, and an errant pass there almost leads to a turnover. Baydock has it stripped. And the Blazers still maintain possession. Mendez, layup won't go. Cole with a great rebound. Nguyen. McKenzie. Baydock shuffled his feet. That's another travel from Kieran Baydock. He's really struggled tonight.
You know what? It's just focus there. I mean, you've got all the Pilots around the three-point line. All you need is to put the ball down first and drive, and nobody's in front of you.
And Baydock's an effective dribbler. He's just getting happy feet. Brian Smith, three-pointer after the jab step. Now finds Lawson off the offensive rebound. Shot won't go. Win with the rebound. You see, what Brian Smith did there on his catch was perfect. He kept his foot down and jabbed into the offensive rebound, and another travel from Kieran Baydock on cue almost.
It almost is, where he'd be better off passing the ball now, knowing that he's going to be watched for that travel every time he puts the ball on the floor.
Three-pointer, Josh Armstrong gets the shooter's roll. A Kawhi-esque shooter's bounce for Josh Armstrong. And the lead balloons now to 26. Isaiah Cole, shake and bake. Calvin Mendez back to Isaiah Cole. Turnaround jumper, tough look, won't go. Brian Smith with the rebound. Smith now turning on the burners. Layup, rims out. Lawson on the rebound. Turnaround Jay, and a foul. It looked like he was signaling three in the key. No, it'll be a foul.
Ryan
Timeout.
Smith went up there with the left hand, too.
Yeah, I was surprised it ran down. And a timeout call by CMU. Theo.
Hi.
I honestly, I don't think there's too much to look forward to in this one, but, you know, I'm going to start looking, maybe this is wrong of me, but when you start to look forward ahead to the next round, if you're Providence, Red River's a handful. They're big. Mark Ridd set a record for rebounds by a single player in last year's final with 24. Frankie Tachi, former U of W big man, playing on this Red River team. Trezon Morcilla ranked the number 2 high school player in 2016. He didn't play college anywhere else. Now he's back at the Red River, but he's been staying in shape. He's 6'4". He's a big body, and he can shoot. If you're Providence, you're out-muscling CMU, but how do you muscle Red River? Do you try?
That's the thing. I mean, you have to look at, for me, when I coached, not just basketball, but any sport, you took, and I'm going to say a cliche, one game at a time. You focus on the opponent at hand. A good friend of mine, Roger Federer, once said, you don't have to be the best all the time. You just have to be the best on the court against that opponent that time. And if you're the best of those two players, chances are you're going to win the match. For the Pilots, they've done exactly that tonight. And if they're going to have success against the Rebels in the championship, they're going to have to do the same. They don't have to be the best all the time. They just have to be the best in the championship final.
Did your boy Roger tell you that while you were on vacation together?
We're actually in Toronto, believe it or not.
Oh, word. It was a vacation spot, but
it was a quick press conference we had when I was a young kid. I had a friend of mine who loves Roger Federer. Shout out to Karen. She lives, dies, and breathes everything that Roger Federer does, speaks, eats, and sleeps.
Interesting. Great tennis player.
Phenomenal. I mean,
Great
the fact that he's almost 40 and he's in the shape he's still in is tremendous.
Do you think you could take him?
No. No, there's only one place I could take him, and I'm not allowed to say that on air.
You got the experience, right?
He's got tennis skills, that's all I got to say. He's got insurance, too. And he's got the bills and the money, so that's good for him.
He's probably got the money to sue you if anything goes wrong on that front.
Yeah, well,
Jordan Lawson thought about the three. Pronto back. Oh, fadeaway jumper. Shot won't go. Kilmartin battling three Blazers. And the Pilots come up with a rebound. Jordan Lawson sticks the Jimmy just inside the free throw line.
Yeah, Lawson's found his game. He's taken control of the game. More importantly, I don't think the defense for the Blazers has really been as stealth as it should be against a player with that amount of prowess. He's really his game has really just shown off here in the last half.
Calvin.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Scott Martin is calling Mendez over. And he's telling Mendez, like, you got to dish that out when you're in that situation. He's in among the trees, and they haven't had much success in the paint against the Pilots' length today. That's a good point by Martin. Armstrong, mid-range jumper, won't go. Good contest from the win. Mendez drives, pitches. Seth McKenzie steps out of bounds.
Again, it comes to that focus.
And the nightmare continues for CMU.
You got to maintain that focus where your feet are. It's a big black border around the court here. You can't miss it.
No, it's very hard to. Lawson pitches. Armstrong, wing, triple. You bet! Josh Armstrong has been an assassin from the wing, triple. Mendez calls for the screen. Now gets it knocked away from Bryant. They're calling a tip. Mendez drives, has it stolen now by Armstrong. Armstrong, layup won't go, but he's fouled by Badoff.
He wanted to go up for the glory there. You saw him eye it up.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted
I thought he was
glory.
going to cock it back for a second. I got excited.
Andrew Hutton checks in for CMU.
Andrew Hutton sees his first action for the CMU Blazers. Armstrong to the free throw line. First free throw is good, and I mean, this goes without saying, but the largest lead of the night, 30.
That's impressive. I mean, you put up 92 points in 35 and a half minutes of play. Like, that's an incredible stat right there. You must be shooting lights out above 60%, I would say, for the game.
I wouldn't go 60, but they have been lights out. They've been very good. Anything above 50 is lights out, especially in college. Mendez rejects a screen from Hutton. It's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with CMU.
Ball stays with the Blazers.
I mean, let me ask you this question. You asked me the same. If you're the Pilots going against the Rebels tomorrow, what do you do to make sure you're prepared and you don't see a letdown knowing you played the night before, later,
Outrun them.
Turnover?
The Pilots have always been a team that has speed and has length. You know, they've always been, when I was playing with CMU, they were an extreme guard-oriented team. They ran 3-point guard lineups, sometimes 4-point guard lineups. Romeo KC, Cash Blanca, Chris Dick, Braxton Pomerath, like they went small consistently. And last year they played with a lot of the similar players. So Coach Pierre Dubroy, he's familiar with the playing style of historic Pilots basketball, and he's capable of obviously making it work with this group. They still have length.
They still have speed. They still have quickness. They still have the ability to get into the lane, drive and pitch, shoot threes. But now they have an added benefit, which is a little bit of extended length. The Rebels are definitely the best team that we've seen in a while in the MCAC. Absolutely. They're fantastic across the board. But if you have any hope in knocking them off their hilts, you got to run, you got to hit threes, and you got to force their big men to play in space. Because Mark Ridd and Frankie Tachi are long and strong and, great rebounders. However, if there's one weakness I'd say on Mark Ridd, he's not like a super mobile wing defender as Jordan Lawson launches a three and he misses. Bryant Smith gets the offensive rebound, shot won't go. Frankie Tachi's more mobile, but even then, if you can force Red River to come out and play you and maybe catch the best shooting day of your life, you're in good shape. The zone didn't work against Providence that CMU threw. We saw that. But Red River's much longer and much more disciplined on defense, so we'll see what they go to on Saturday.
Do you think they'll do a zone, or do you think they're going to play more of a man coverage?
Josh Armstrong can't miss. I definitely think they'll go man. Scott Fitzpatrick's not a guy who likes to go to the zone, and their coaching staff is extremely disciplined and skilled at getting their guys to play hard. They might go to the zone if Providence catches a bit of fire. They might go to the zone to shake things up if Providence gets hot. But if they're shooting well from three, I just expect to see them switch how they defend the screen and roll, maybe get a bit more aggressive, change the personnel. I would expect man-to-man from Red River on Saturday.
It should be a good tilt no matter the championship matchup tomorrow night. We will have that on ASTV.
Saturday night.
Next Saturday, yeah. Saturday night.
Yeah,
Did I say tomorrow night, didn't I? Oh, Saturday. No. I've got my days mixed up. What am I saying? It's Saturday night. We can't have games on Valentine's Day. Every restaurant's going to be busy.
Exactly.
Courts can't be seen.
True.
It's the best Hallmark holiday of the year.
I disagree. I'm actually I'm a huge fan of Hallmark Independence Day, but that's just me.
You don't like spending $90 a dozen on roses?
No, I hope the missus is just hoping for maybe a high five and a Kit Kat from the convenience store.
From the old Halloween candy, if you will.
Josh Armstrong, make it rain from downtown.
I think him and Lawson take shooting classes together because they're throwing rainbows and they're hitting the bottom of the twine.
Maybe that's a course at Providence. That's why all these American guys come down there.
Maybe.
Andrew Hutton, three-pointer. Jordan Lawson, why not? Shot won't go. Good fight on the offensive glass, but it'll go back to the Pilots. Blazers now with their secondary lineup in. There's a steal. And does that count as a dunk?
No, that was a layup.
That's a dunk. What are they calling now? No, Bryant's actually update from the bench. Bryant Smith just screamed at his teammate that wasn't a dunk. So we're not counting that as a dunk up here either because we're not scrubs. We go with the popular vote. Three-pointer on its way, no good. Seth Puttico missed that one. He now attacks, pitches out. Three-pointer on its way. That's Zach Van Wellingham. Shot won't go. Looks like we're going to ride this one out here. Jordan Lawson still hasn't been taken out of the game, which is a bit surprising. Pass down low. 3-second violation against Logan Nyman. Putticombe putting the moves on Gehring.
Priest whacked. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. And it's unfortunate for the Blazers, another year without a finals appearance. They will have to wait till 2021 to get back to a title opportunity. And just after that second quarter, it all came undone for them. Stuck 45-39 at the half as a 3 hit by Javen Priest. Since then, it's been all Providence. 58-37, outscoring them. Gehring in the lane, shot goes 60-37. It's been ugly for the Blazers here in the second half, and it's unfortunate. They've had a tough season. First-year head coach. Some guys left early in the year. There are some guys who are not playing for them from last year. Yeah, it's a sad way to go out, but for the Providence Pilots, we'll see them on Saturday against the Red River Rebels, and we'll see them try to dethrone the defending champs. Rebels trying to make it a three-peat. CMU Blazers women looking to make a three-peat on Saturday. We'll see you all there. In the meantime, we'll get the player of the game from each squad, and we'll have an interview with a Providence player from my man Theo. Now the players are lining up to see the player of the game. It's been a crushing defeat for the CMU Blazers. The players understandably upset. Pilots excited, eager to match up with the Red River Rebels. A lot of Rebels men's players in attendance here watching this game. Unfortunate for these CMU fans, hoping for better, at least closer anyways, and they're not going to see that. Bill Wedlake now will present the Zuike player of the game for the CMU Blazers, Seth McKenzie. Zuike lounge everywhere. For the Pilots, number 5, the sniper from the outside, Josh Armstrong. He was terrific from downtown tonight, hitting 6 3-pointers on his way to helping Providence rout the CMU Blazers, 105-76. Saturday afternoon, we've got CMU versus Red River on the women's bracket at 1. And we've got Red River versus Providence in the men's bracket at 3. Providence Pilots fans welcoming their team to a warm ovation. And we have Josh Armstrong over with Theo. We'll go down to Theo right now to get
right on. A successive win for the Providence Pilots. Looking at the scoreboard, 105-76. Did you expect to put 105 up, Josh?
Of course we expected that. We played these guys before and we came here with fire. And we just wanted to strive for the best. That's why when we get on top, when we got on top, we just kept on pounding to leave a message to everyone in Red River, especially that we're coming here on Saturday for real.
So the finals are set. You, Red River, it's going to be a heated battle. What part of tonight's game do you have to transition into Saturday's game to get the W?
I think especially for our bigs, it's rebounding. We need to kill the boards because Red River is really big. But I think for guards, it's just shooting and spacing and everything. And if we space it, that's when our team strives the best.
Now you had Smith on the ground on the court sort for most of the game, and you had 4 big guys up front. That was a huge success for you against CMU in their zone play. You were playing the wing, and you were draining threes like it was nobody's business. What was just a hot hand going into the second half, or what?
They want me to shoot it all the time. Sometimes they want me to drive it, but today they wanted me to shoot it, and they would pass it to me, and their hands would be down. So I just kept on shooting and shooting and shooting until the end of the game, basically.
Well, you put up 105. I got to ask you kept shooting it, but the last couple of runs you had at the basket there, you were going for the dunk. Were you okay?
Yeah,
don't lie. You were going for the dunk. All right, cool.
I didn't see the man behind me in the last one. But
Yeah, there was somebody there behind you, but nonetheless, I said to my broadcasting partner, we're going to see some dunks. He said, maybe. I'm glad you tried. Just player of the game, Mr. Armstrong. We'll send it back up to you, Nick. Saturday night, Red River versus the Pilots. It's going to be a beauty.
Thanks, Theo. For Amateur Sports TV, everybody watching CMU Blazers, Providence Pilots, and the Red River Rebels, I'm Nicholas Bueno signing off here Thursday night in Winnipeg. We'll see you Saturday for the MCAC Finals.